Hey everybody, welcome back once more to Red Road Paranormal. I'm Christina. I am here with Rez, my co-host, and we have Rez's friend KD is with us today, and we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff because, well, we already thought we were recording and talked about all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have to repeat a lot of it, I guess.
Well, first let's give this
Yeah.
guy the proper introduction that he
Yes,
needs.
please.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghosts and ghouls, and children and cryptids of all ages, Red Road Paranormal proudly presents Mr. K.D. Stafford, the mad scientist of the paranormal. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Loving it, loving it. Honored
Life
to
is
have you
good.
here with us.
Yeah, it's good to be
And,
here.
and
We've been talking already. Is
Yeah.
before we go any further, I do want to say thank you for your time and your service.
oh yeah, yeah. I love my time in the service, and I appreciate that. And I'd still be doing it now if I could.
Awesome. So now you have Supernatural Inc., correct?
I do.
That's your team and your whole organization there.
Yep, yep. We
Now,
do. We do a lot of stuff.
I got to ask one thing. You
hmm
spell ink, I-N-K.
Yes.
Do you tattoo?
Well, I used to tattoo.
Okay.
I used to have a bunch of machines when I was in the army, and I used to do all my friends and stuff, and they would people would pay me. I'd be like, well, I don't. That's a lot of work. That's a big tattoo, and they'd be like, "I'll do. I'll pay you." I'm like, okay. So I made a little money on the side doing tattoos. Not
Same here.
enough for you to come get me, IRS.
Prove it is all I say.
Right, prove it. So, anyways, yeah, I used to do tattoos, and I thought it would when I got out of the army. On the side, I was like, I'd like to do like a apprenticeship, and maybe one day have a shop and call it Supernatural Inc. And then and then we were like, well, Katie wants to do her print and advertising thing, and that would work for her too. We'd just call it Supernatural Inc. and it'd just be the printing side of it. And then we got, we got heavier into the paranormal stuff, and then we were like, oh well, that's kind of Supernatural Inc. There you go. And
Right.
and then we had like a small team at first, but we that's not the best way for us to work, with like a group of people that we have to, because we have such weird schedules, and we get you know complications and stuff. So uh yeah, so we just eventually it just became me and Katie, and this just still me and Katie, but we do way more work than uh, what we did with a bunch of people. Anyway, um, yeah, so now we just hang out with other people, our friends on investigations, and you
That's a good
know,
way to do
yeah,
it.
we go that route, yeah. Or and then we have our stable places that we do, that we investigate at in Smithville and all around the greater Kansas City area. Anyway,
You have to
Cool.
try to get down
that's
there
that's
sometime.
Supernatural Inc. And that's how it became the paranormal thing. And now we do events sometimes, not so much anymore. But we sell, t-shirts. Katie makes t-shirts. She makes badass t-shirts. Um, and does all that stuff. And then, we have the little podcast network thing we do for fun, and we do it because we enjoy it. Everybody on there, they have their show. Nobody's trying to get rich. We're just on there having a good time.
Pretty much same.
And so,
Yep.
yeah,
Same here.
Supernatural Inc. Paranormal on Facebook and YouTube. That's, you know, we have a show. My plan is to have like somebody doing a live stream every single night on there. That'd be cool,
Yep.
you know. So we're getting there. We got a new show coming up, a new person doing their own show coming up. So that'll be fun to watch.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, we got Julie Couch. She's got the spiritual speakeasy, and then I've got the generic paranormal show, and then Beyond Life Paranormal. That's Russell, and then Greg Koss is the Mariner Spirit, and they both, that Greg and Russell, they also have another show each. So I think the only days we don't have a show on is Monday and Tuesday. No, that's it. Just Monday and Tuesday.
And so Paranormal Inc., or I'm sorry, Supernatural Inc. is like a, um,
It's a
I want to say
brand.
radio station, but it's like you do the production and all that, or is it just all live
Yeah, well,
shows?
we just do we have the StreamYard, and we have we pay for the all the, so you have a bunch of members,
Mm-hmm.
and so everybody's a member and they have their own show, and
Okay.
yeah,
Kind of like
and it all,
what
yeah,
Todd
it's
was.
like having a
Mm-hmm.
TV it's like I think it's like a old, like a TV channel.
Yeah.
It's like you're switching to a channel. That's on this channel. We have all a bunch of live streams every night, and little videos and stuff. But yeah, and I've had that channel for a long time, because the most views I have on that channel is I was just making little short videos just for fun when I was playing with high voltage. I had these 15,000-volt neon sign transformers, and they'll make a nice plasma arc, right? And so you
Okay.
can make a Jacob's ladder out of them or whatever. And I was doing some little experiments with crystals, and like that electrical arc, and I was running the arc across the crystal, and it just looked cool. And so I thought, there's this crazy dude out there. His name's John Hutchison, and he claimed that he could bend metal and all this stuff, back in, I don't know, the 80s or something. And
Uri Geller did that for a while too with
Right.
spoons.
Spoons.
well,
Yeah.
he claimed he could do it with like sound frequency and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that can't be done, but this dude was like, and he's like legit crazy. And so I just named the video, trying to replicate the Hutchison effect or something like that. And that's the most viewed video that I have, and it's just a dumb little minute, 2 minute video. It's got like 100,000 views or something
That's
stupid.
probably why it has 100,000 views because it's short.
It's short, and I
Yep.
name drop
Yeah.
old dude, and
Yeah.
he's like known for being crazy. And so yeah, and it was funny though. He actually commented on the video like it was him. It was his account.
Oh yeah.
He
Okay.
commented back, and all he said was he it was like lip emojis or something like that. And I'm like, bro, whoa, because he's I don't know, he's just a weird dude. Anyway, it was really weird that he commented back, because I didn't talk about him or anything. I just said, that was in the title. I didn't say anything about him. But I thought it was weird. It was a weird interaction. But anyways, yeah, so that's the highest view video. Um, yeah, it's hard to get a lot of views on podcasts for some reason. I know it's like
Yeah.
for me it is. Julie's doing really good. I think on Facebook we get way more views on Facebook than
Yeah.
probably anything else, for sure. I'll post a dumb
That
little TikTok video every once in a while, and it'll get a bunch of views, but it does no good. Like, I don't, so what? I
Yeah.
don't get
you
paid for it.
gotta get them to come from TikTok over to YouTube, from Facebook over to YouTube. Because I know like a lot of times when I'm watching podcasts, normally I watch them on YouTube. I won't watch them on Facebook.
Yeah,
And
you want
that's
to
where most
consolidate.
people are
Yeah,
watching it.
yeah. I mean, I think most people would. I watch YouTube, right? And I feel like most people watch YouTube, but obviously there's a lot of people that watch Facebook, because we get most of our views come from Facebook, and I try to get them to come over, and it just it is what it
It's
is.
hard.
It is. So I guess consistency is a thing too. But and
Hmm.
we don't do like a show every single week, generic paranormal show. We do sometimes we'll skip a week because, like I said, we started doing it just so we could have fun
Yeah.
and do something fun and run our mouths because it gets epic sometimes. And we thought other people would get a kick out of it, so that's why we started doing it. And so if it becomes like a burden, like, oh God, I got to do this thing, then we won't want to do it anymore. So
Right. Same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right, so we're trying to just have fun with it, and yeah. Anyways,
Cutting back to that generic paranormal show, I think we still should put Austin in a cage in the woods and use him as Bigfoot bait.
yeah. I mean,
I brought it
they
up
may
to
have
him.
already done that on that show he's on. I don't know.
I brought it up to him when he was on our show, and he was kind of iffy, but he, being in the
I'm pretty sure
cage.
they did that. I'm pretty sure Nick Groff did that to him
Yeah.
on that show that he's on. They used him for some kind of bait, and it traumatized him. And
He's charm.
Yeah, it
that's
would.
why that's why Austin Maynard is the way he is right now, is because
He's
he's been
scared of the woods,
traumatized.
period.
Nick Groff traumatized Austin Maynard.
Oh, poor guy.
Right?
Let's see if that gets clipped. That'd be cool.
I'll figure out how to clip that and we'll post
Anybody
it.
knows me knows I'm joking. But
Yeah. Yeah.
anyways,
That was a fun show because off-screen Colleen actually got on screen.
Yep.
off-screen Colleen has not been doing her part lately.
We got her on
We got
screen
her on
Mm.
screen.
in the baby shark outfit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and the baby shark.
Yep.
I think I'd seen that. Yeah, she didn't go. She didn't cut. She didn't go on. She wouldn't go in front of the camera. But I think it was when we were talking before the thing, for the stream. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen her baby shark costume. Actually, it's weird to even say. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen
It's
her
like
once and
why?
I've
Why?
seen it.
Yeah, why have I seen it?
Right?
It was nice to have her on though, because she brought
Yeah,
some
she's fun.
balance.
She's a
Yeah,
trip.
she is
She's a
fun.
trip. I was freaking her out in South Carolina. We put on this big paranormal event thing and right up the road from where I'm from in South Carolina. And and so her and Austin came down and I had the golf cart. We had golf carts, man. I felt like I felt like it important.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
You've
saying?
made
Like
it.
I
Yeah,
Well,
made it. I've
well,
you made it.
look at
you
me,
are a
mom.
big star.
Look at
You
me,
know.
mom. Yeah, I felt like I
Uh,
made it. So I'm tooling around on the golf cart, just being an idiot, and I stopped by Colleen and Austin. I'm like, hop on, y'all need a ride? And they got on, and I was driving like a maniac. And Colleen thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world. She's just laughing. She's like bouncing, laughing, and Austin is like holding on for dear life, like, man, what are you doing? Slow down, man. He's just tripping the whole time. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was great.
so
I
you
can see that.
traumatized him too.
I might
Yeah.
have, maybe.
Wow.
Let's get you guys up here on the reservation out in the woods and we'll go Baja and we'll really traumatize them.
We'll hang Austin up in a tree.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear
So you've
that. Sounds like a good time.
right.
Maybe not so much for Austin, I'm just saying.
He'll love it. Don't worry about that.
Everyone
He'll
needs a
love it.
sacrificial
He'll
goat
he'll
once in a
love he'll
while.
love it.
I am
So
not partaking in the sacrificial anything. I'm backing out on that one.
no, you're just a reserver.
Yeah.
You're the brains when things go awfully awry. You're the one that picks up the phone and goes 911.
One.
I'm
Yeah.
I
gonna
got a bunch of crazy guys out here that needs some medical attention. Please come
Mm.
quick.
I'm gonna mute my video so I don't mess up your algorithm, Christina.
Thank you. That's crazy.
So
I
you,
want, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Christina.
I was gonna say I want to know more about ghost boxes.
So you want to know about ghost
I
boxes?
want to know
Okay.
about ghost boxes. Yeah.
So
Ink
ghost boxes
boxes.
are, like, what do you want to know? Like, do you know, you tell me what is a ghost box?
Oh, the a ghost box is something that the ghosts talk. It's like a spirit box, right? So it has like
Right.
a background noise, so that do all of the ghost boxes run through like radio station waves?
Typically that's kind of standard. You
Okay.
know, when you say ghost box or spirit box, the standard, is I mean, there's no standard, but it's
That's what I thought.
just
There's no
typically,
standard.
well,
Okay.
typically the guy who made the Frank's box, that is what I would consider the first ghost box or spirit box, right?
Right.
That's known about anyway. You could say people had done radio experiments, but not like a sweeping radio frequencies and um, but also um, not just like recording for noise or listening to static. Um, but it was all built into one box, right? It was a ghost box. It was a Frank's box, and that was
Okay.
a spirit box. And so that's just kind of been what the standard was. So it's a radio based mm, um, ghost. When I say ghost, I mean like something that I don't know what it is, right? It could be a
Right.
ghost, could be a spirit, could be a leprechaun. I don't know. I can't see it, but
It'd be the mothership communicating with us.
right. It
Yeah.
seems to be interacting, and so there it is. So
Are they all I mean, do you make like different types of ghost boxes? I mean,
yeah,
how okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm asking questions because I know
No,
what
it's
when
fine. It's fine.
yeah,
Like I just want to. It's cool
yeah.
to see what other people think. A
Right,
ghost
right.
box is or something is before you have my suggestion,
So,
because that's
yeah.
true. It's not just their audio communication, and that's kind of what I'm into, right? Like I
Mhm.
build radio based ghost boxes mostly, but I also add a lot of sound processing on
Okay.
them, and I make boxes where you can change the levels and the and effects and to clear things up, to clear up static, to bring out voices, you know, to make them echo so you can hear them repeated, or just to make it sound spooky because some people like that. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But I like to hear a nice clear, not
Yeah.
like the Geo box or what, where it's like really drowned in reverb, right? Like
Right.
saturated hall reverb, which a little hall reverb's fine, but just where it's so saturated you can't even really make out what's being said. It sounds spooky and it's interesting, but I can't understand. So
Yeah.
what I've been doing a lot of recently is I use speech to text software to translate uh, what the ghost box is saying. So I'm not actually listening to the box. I'm just seeing what the computer thinks the box is saying. I can't even hear the
Yeah.
box.
That's
I
interesting.
think I have to do that because all I hear is static. People are like, "Oh man, did you hear that?" I heard static. That's what
Yeah,
I
well, I use
heard.
I use I use my reverse ink box,
Okay.
and so I like the reverse ink box because you can slow it down, and in the FM band you get a lot of radio, but you can
Hmm.
slow it down, but everything's in reverse. So there shouldn't be, yeah, you'll hear words here and there that or sound like words,
Hmm.
but it's all reversed. It's all 100% reversed. It records just a few seconds ahead, and then it plays, and it's constantly recording ahead and playing that. So it's like 4 second delay,
Okay.
and
Now, far
so
as
so that helps with kind of ruling out just random like radio stations, right?
Hmm.
Like tooling through a radio station really slow. You hear 107.3 jams, and that's obviously a radio station. So, but in
Hmm.
reverse, that wouldn't be that, and it just produces interesting results. And so I did a live stream on the Generic Paranormal Show last week. We did it. I did the experiment. Um, it was cool. So you can check that out.
now,
Yeah, I will.
now, I was told that
It
you're
was
the only
funny.
one right now that actually has one that actually speaks in reverse versus just reversing the flow of the sweep.
Well,
That
Steve Holte has made a reverse box too. I don't know that he has like a production type box, reverse box, but I do, and I don't know of anybody else that makes a reverse audio box.
That'd
So
be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
I think it would be very
yeah,
interesting to use.
my ink
Yeah.
boxes, they all sweep. That circuit I designed, I based it on Frank Sumption's original circuit, and I personally designed that board. It's all custom. It's got a seal of Solomon on the circuit board, like comes printed on the board, and I order those boards custom.
What do your ink boxes go for? Rough idea. I know
Well, the
everyone's going to be
Inkbox
different.
S's are they 75 or 85 bucks? Something like that. And that they have, AM, FM, shortwave. They got a flashlight on them. They're rechargeable. Um, yeah, and they're awesome. But I think those are only 75 or 85 bucks. But I also have ink boxes, which I think we're doing like 275 on those or 250. I can't remember. But then the reverse ink boxes are like 350, and that's because I have the parts are significantly more expensive for
Okay.
that. Um, and then I have the microcom. That's just a FM based random scanner, so it scans randomly in all the radio stations. Oh, I can come back on now. So it
Welcome back.
scans. Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
I'm back. I did not
all
go
right.
smoke. Um, so what was that? What was I saying? Oh, the microcom. Um,
Mhm.
so the microcom scans randomly and across the FM band, right? And a little bit above and a little bit below what the you would normally be in on the FM band. So you get a lot of white noise, but it's all random white noise. It's not a sweeping white noise, when um so and it's easy to use. A lot of people like them because you just turn the power switch on, turn the volume up, and you're rocking and rolling. And it reacts to you because it's got an antenna in it that's looking for like fields around it. So when you pick it up, it detects your field. Something comes close to it, it'll detect it, and you can hear the change in the sweep because the speed of the sweep is also random, and that the randomness changes based on um, um, the EMF field around it. So
Interesting.
there's that.
Very
But
interesting.
that one's like 150, I think, for that one. That's like the easiest one to use. That's the one that's like it takes a 9 volt, but you know. Anyways,
Yes, I definitely got to save my pennies up. You have to make me something.
well, that's why I make the Inkbox S because they're nice and they're relatively inexpensive. I mean, you're gonna pay $100 for a SB7, right? It's a hundred
Hmm.
bucks. So you're gonna pay $75 plus shipping for me for a Inkbox S. So it's like $85, I think.
Well, maybe like I threw this at Austin. Maybe we can do some bartering
Maybe
because I do tattoo
Austin's
myself.
more of a barterer than I am, but yeah, maybe we can.
Us natives, we love to barter.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Mm.
Definitely, I could see a sleeve there that needs to be finished.
Yeah, when I got the money one day, maybe. Yeah, I got
See,
all.
now that doesn't take much money to make your boxes, and just for
Yeah,
me to come down and see you for a couple of days,
that's true. That's true.
we can work
Well,
something
we
out.
might be able to work something out for that. That's a bartering that I might be interested in.
We'll
Um,
talk in the future, my friend.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, this is Zoom, huh? This is a Zoom
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the Zoom
workplace.
one. Yeah,
yeah.
Interesting.
Zoom workplace.
So
Yeah,
now you've
I pay
oh,
out the nose for freaking StreamYard. It's okay.
Yeah.
I
I pay for
got the
Zoom
free scene.
too. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
Zoom isn't Zoom has a
Yeah.
free
No,
level,
no,
but it
nothing's
doesn't do what I
free.
need it to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Nothing. The free version's just it's cool to like test it out and be like, yeah, okay, I can use this. And then,
Right.
but then you have to that point, you have to pay for it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. One day maybe all this will pay. Like I'll be able to pay for all this with, like it'll pay for itself. That'd be
Yeah.
dope. Instead of me just paying it out of my pocket,
I
Yeah.
feel you there.
out of my
Yeah.
check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's in the plan. Have it pay
There's
for
not a lot,
itself.
a lot of people think, oh man, this paranormal, I can make some money. I don't think that's a thing. You can, sure, you can make a little bit of money, I guess. And there's people that rip people off, but
Hmm.
uh
There's some of
but
them overpriced celebrities.
paranormal is always more of a passion thing than, well for me anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't really capitalize on it, can you? Because when you do, you kind of fake. It like looks like you're just doing it for. That's like
Well, yeah. I mean, but
charging
I've
people to do home
yeah.
investigations or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's one
No.
thing
Like
I
something
do
like
not
that.
believe in at all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, and there's
Someone calls
most
you up
people
needing
don't.
help.
Most people don't, but there's a handful that have done it in the past. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't get on social media anymore, but I know I used to see it on there all the time. People complaining about it.
I know
And yeah,
also,
that's messed up. And all the territorial stuff that goes on.
you know,
It's crazy out there, man. It's in them streets.
right? I remember I was watching a show a while back, and the people said they reached out to a church to come out and help them. The church wanted to charge them to come out and do something. Where this paranormal team's like, yeah, we'll come right out. They came from over a state away for free. All they asked is that they could film it while they were doing it. So if they caught any evidence, they could actually share it on their channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and that yeah,
That's that's nice. That's a good thing to do. Um, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with making money,
No.
but not when you're like in my opinion, it's preying on people. If you're making money on people, not like doing a show or whatever, and videoing it and you know posting that. That's cool because that's just if they say it's cool, it's cool. But
right.
like somehow charging somebody to come do that. I don't do home investigations. I stopped doing those years ago anyway because that shit's dangerous, bro. Like you don't know whose house you're going to.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why
Like
you never go
Uh,
alone.
your ass might end up haunting that place next.
Yeah.
Bring it on. That's all I gotta say. I was
Yeah.
born and
Hey,
raised in
come down here and look
Chicago.
at my cellar. Oh, clunk. Next thing you know, you're putting lotion on your skin.
Or it gets the hose again.
Oh, you get those again.
And at
Yeah.
that point in time, I say, go ahead, threaten me with a good time.
Right.
I need a vacation, a day at the spa.
What about our deal? I'm an auto trader.
Right. So
Yeah.
you've had the opportunity to
Yeah.
be on a few shows over the years.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
done a few shows. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it's fun, but it's you can't like it's not like I don't know. I don't like it. I don't really want to do it in that setting anymore. You know what I mean? Where it's like it was crazy to me. And then I had to go to LA and I was like, whoa, man, this is weird. I had to go to LA to film pickups. Up, my battery's getting low on
Oh,
mine.
yeah. See,
Um,
I'm not a fan of the polished edited stuff. I'm
mhm.
more give it to me raw, give it to me real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna you have to edit things out, right? You have to do stuff, but it's too I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to word it without. I guess it's too linear, and you can't really deviate from kind of a path you get set on at the beginning, no matter what, because it's like money, you know, time, money. Like you got X amount of time to shoot something. You got kind of an
I've
idea of how things are going to go. And then, yeah, you do your investigations and then the evidence that you get, of course, it's applies. But if you did want to branch off and do something else, you wouldn't be able to because you kind of got to stay on this path. So you got to ignore things. And I don't know. I don't think you know any of the shows I've done where we actually, oh, we put the ghosts at peace. You know, that's ridiculous.
yeah, exactly. You're out there
It's like,
filming.
oh, every single time we do the same thing. That's what I hated about. I feel like I could probably say it now. It's been long enough, but that's what I hated about doing Ghosts of Morgan City. Not necessarily Morgan City, but Devil's Perch, because it was so just ridiculously like, oh, these are the things that people liked from season one. We're gonna do them again in season two in a different place. I swear to God, it would make me mad, dude.
It gets
Uh,
boring too. I'm sorry. It gets
Yeah,
boring. When you have a formula and you just stick to that formula, it gets boring.
yeah, I might have to change my audio setup or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, no, it's not just that. Yeah, it does get boring, but it's like it's obviously bullshit, right? Like, oh, we're
yeah,
gonna have a paint. We're gonna get somebody in town to paint a picture of the guy that in the end it turned out to be the guy behind all the hauntings, right? So we're gonna have a picture painted of him and present it to the town, and they're gonna hang it
yeah,
up, and the ghosts are gonna go away.
yeah. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not so nice and neat and tidy like that.
And here's the problem: that's the same exact thing that we did in Morgan City. It was
You
just
know?
like, and they were acting. They didn't even reference it, right? Like you, if you know, be like, well, this worked in the last time in the last town. Da da da. They wouldn't have called a bin. I don't know. I just hated that part. I hated all that. I hated not having really, and you can tell because I'm not in it as much as other people are because
Right.
first of all, they don't like my accent, right? So the way I talk, they can't understand me all the time. And so yeah, Dave's got the he's got the way he talks, and so he is on a lot more and than probably me and Cindy both. But yeah, I don't know. I hated that. Well, Dave didn't have control over like the direction they kind of wanted things to go either.
And from what I've heard, they kind of go, "This is what we want to see.
Well, they're like, we like
Follow
that, we
that."
like this, we like this, we like this thing that you did. This, so let's go with this. And that's kind of that's kind of how it rolls, you know.
You know,
And
someone needs to do one of these shows where they actually follow the evidence and the data that's
well,
collected
it's always
100%.
ah,
Thanks, everybody. We just we had a little sound issue we had to take care of. So now we're back.
back.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah,
So, yeah,
go ahead. What were you saying, Rez?
Oh,
oh,
oh yeah, go ahead.
actually, Katie was saying something. What I mentioned is, I think they should follow the data and the evidence that we pick up on the investigations and let that follow through the show,
Oh
not have an idea from the start and try to mold it to that.
yeah, well, it's really about money, and it so that's if anybody any of these TV if it's on TV, it's to make money.
It's
Mhm.
entertainment. That's why
It's
I tell everyone.
entertainment. It's entertainment to put on in between them selling you stuff,
Yep.
Yeah.
and that's just the way it is. And so TV is going. In case you hadn't noticed, there ain't a lot of TV like paranormal TV shows anymore. There's just a handful, like
Yep.
Ghost Adventures, um, uh, Kindred Spirits, and maybe like one or two more. And
Yeah.
there was like dozens of them at one point. There was so
Yep.
many ghosts, like paranormal shows. It was crazy, and everybody was filming a paranormal show. Oh, we're filming a paranormal show. We're doing. We are too. Everybody was doing rehearsals for paranormal shows, and that's kind of when I got caught up in it. Is because they called me like, "Hey, you want to talk to us on a Zoom call?" And so I did this, and then I ended up on Ghost of Morgan City, which I thought was a better show, just because it wasn't the same thing. Like it was the same way. It was filmed the same way. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, tons of money goes into the production for those TV shows. It's just like all the cast was, or I mean, the crew was great. They were all awesome. We hung out, like after we'd be done filming, we'd go hang out. But anyway, everybody's must have just got home in my house. They're like running down the stairs and stuff. Um,
I got a little sign hung on my door saying recording in process. So they all know. Keep
I'm
their mouth
under I'm
shut.
under the stairs, so like I'm like Harry Potter.
Yep. He's in the dungeon under the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
have a recording in progress sign too. Even the 4-year-old knows you
I need
don't.
to get one of those. I need to get one of those.
A
Nobody's
little piece of paper.
listening. Now I want a sign though. I want a big neon sign.
Put a red
Mine
light
isn't
outside your
neon.
door.
Yeah.
Just wiring a red
Red
light. When
light.
the
Yeah.
red light's
Wire,
on,
red light.
keep your mouth shut and be quiet.
I can do
Yeah,
that. I can do that.
yeah. I have a wood burn sign that my son made when he was doing his gaming um, channel. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. So, yeah, TV shows. Not a big fan of doing them. I think doing stuff on YouTube is way better. Like start a YouTube channel, man. You're
Yeah.
way more or TikTok channel or whatever. Just start doing making your own videos. Then you have complete control over everything.
Oh,
You don't have there's no contracts, there's no people like treating you like a child, like you don't have a car. They stick you in a hotel and they're like, "We'll pick you up at this time." And then they literally come pick you up at the hotel and they drive you around all day everywhere you gotta go. And it's like, God, man.
no, I can't do that. See, at
It's
first, I don't fly. I drive everywhere I go.
yeah, yeah, flying.
Oh,
I didn't fly. I drove because I had to drive a big ass box van with my whole laboratory,
right.
in the back of the box van. And so me and Katie drove all the way up to Butte, Montana from Kansas City, Missouri.
nice little ride there.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Sounds like me. I pretty much live in my car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I
When I'm not recording shows like this, I'm doing events. So I'm
we
all
used
over
to
the
do that.
place.
Yeah, we used to do.
Yeah.
We did that for a bunch of years, and that gets exhausting sometimes.
I love it.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah,
But
I
like
love it.
for me, oh my God, it's just so much traveling and oh man. And sometimes it's like, oh dude, we're almost broke. It's like
Yeah, well,
come,
that
come
happens
sliding
sometimes
in.
too.
Yeah, you come sliding in. I always told Katie, I feel like I'm in an airplane and we're like crash landing. The wings are one a wings broken off, both engines are
Yep.
smoking. We're making a rough dive in the rainforest sometimes trying to get to some of these events that we would have to do. And
Yeah,
yeah, so it could become a point of stress.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
know being a veteran, there's events I went to where I walked away, I was upside down for a weekend.
Yeah.
And
hmm
then you have other ones where you walk away, you go, all right, well, I can eat this week. It's more than just bologna.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, we had a lot of good times at events too, but we just kind of just don't do them anymore. I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, going around like, huh, look at me. I was on a TV show 5 years ago. I mean, it was only 3 years ago, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna be that guy.
No, but go out and
Yeah.
sell your products.
Yeah, I mean, I can, but
Promote them.
I don't need. Yeah, but I don't really need to. Like, I can't even keep up barely with the stuff that I sell. Because I do have like my full time job, and
Yeah.
that's always there. And I was doing all these TV shows and selling equipment and stuff, and like renting equipment to other TV shows, and um, because I was on several TV shows, 4 or 5, but um, my equipment's been in more than that, so it's been a
Yeah,
lot.
I know two of them that you've been on, and I've seen your equipment spread out in other places.
Yeah, I've been on Morgan. I was on Morgan City. I was on
Yep.
Ghost Brothers. I was on just a small bit on Fright Club. Oh wow, that's Katie yelling.
I watched all the Ghost Brothers. I have to go back and rewatch and find
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
been two episodes I was on. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I met them guys at the Michigan Paragon a couple of years ago, and
yeah. They're cool.
I got a long ponytail, is all braided. Next thing I know, one of them's grabbing and going, horsetail, playing my braid and stuff, and the wife's over there recording it, just cracking up at me. I'm like, sure, I'm a freaking clown now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Jeez,
Just putting her ass down.
You
man.
know, the thing is, we record from our homes, things happen.
Sounds like
Yep.
a herd of antelope upstairs.
Got WWE going on up there, a couple
I
elbow
know. Yeah,
drops and body
screaming,
slams.
hollering. Hold on a second. Let me.
Go power bomb them.
So TV's not your bag anymore, huh?
No, no, I'm not like a fan of TV, like cable TV, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of streaming services out there. I just have YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium. That's what I have.
Nice.
Yeah. I
I
watch a
still got the
bunch of
free
stuff on
YouTube.
Tubi.
I watched some movies on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some good old horror movies on Tubi.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of the Bigfoot documentaries.
Yeah, yeah, those are good.
So, have you had a chance to go out squatching yet?
I have not. I have not. Nobody's. Well, I'm not okay. So I'm into Bigfoot, but not to the point where I'm gonna go out in the complete wilderness and spend a bunch of money doing it. If somebody were to offer, sure, I'll take them up on it. But
We
like
will talk in the future.
if they're doing it all, like I'm just there for the ride, man. And yeah, I'm gonna have my guns.
Don't need them.
Don't
I
need them.
don't know, dude.
No.
Shit gets crazy, dude. Like in the woods, in the I don't know.
I live in the woods, brother.
I
Oh,
feel safer in the woods than I do in any city.
sure, but I mean, I don't know. I always grew up with a gun in the woods, but especially if you're going hunting something. Like, what do you do when you go Sasquatching? Are you trying to like what are you trying to do?
Me personally, when
Just
I
trying
go
to
out,
get evidence like ghost hunting, or you're just trying to get like a good holler from one, or like a maybe a picture or something.
For me,
I'm
it's
looking,
communication.
I'm looking to
Okay.
have interaction with them,
Yeah, okay.
whether it is face to face, whether it is communication. Um, that's what I look for. And being native, I have a belief that, because they're in our legends and our lores and all that from years ago, that they are legit. It's not, some mythical creature that everyone says, because
Yeah,
as if you know, when you look back into the native legends, we didn't talk just to talk. We didn't have anything like social media. If we talked about something, it was because it legitimately was happening, or there was a lesson that you needed to learn from that,
right. It could have been both too. I mean, right.
you know.
Yeah.
And the theory I have is that Sasquatch will know the local lore, the local language to the tribes in the regions that they're in.
Mm,
This is where I get that from. You have Barry Webster, also was on featured on the show Tonga. He's off the Omaha reservation. When they go out squatching, they actually speak Omaha to them
mm,
and they get responses back. I've also heard others being in the Ojibwe lands speaking Ojibwe out and getting responses back.
mm.
So I'm currently looking for someone that speaks fluent Menominee because where I'm at now originally is Menominee land. You
Oh,
know, it was
yeah.
before Stockbridge was moved up here next to them. This was all Menominee people.
Right.
So I'd like to find someone to go out in the woods and test that theory here, just like I'd like to go back out to my homelands out in the New York area, find someone that can speak either, Mohican or Lenape or any of the Iroquois nations, any of their languages to test that theory.
I wonder if AI would know any of those languages, just any native languages. I wonder if they would
Um,
like.
there are some sites. There is one site that I know where you can learn how to speak Lenape.
Mm,
You tell it the word that you want, and it'll speak it to you and show you how to spell it.
that'd be a cool way to just have AI say a message in whichever tribe's tongue you want, and then
Yep,
record that, and then project it, like play it. There you go. There's the idea.
yep.
Yeah. So you go out in the woods without a gun. Yeah. Where you going? Where are you at?
All over Wisconsin, Michigan.
Wisconsin, Michigan. And you don't take a gun with you? Oh,
I don't.
I don't
My
either.
team, my team leader, when we go out in the woods alone, he'll carry something just for protection.
yeah, that's what. Yeah,
But
that's what I mean, yeah. I'm more
like,
worried about people than I am,
Yeah,
like
me too.
having to kill. That's why I carry my gun. I ain't worried about animals. I mean, you scare off most animals except for bears. I don't know. Bears are bears are scary. They
see,
can't.
that's brother bear to me. I'm Bear Clan.
Right. Well,
So and
I know a bear will eat my ass because I ain't in bear clan, so that's what I got to worry about in the woods.
you gotta run the next guy next to you. That's all you gotta do.
But yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, what's the saying? If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, uh, like something about you're gonna die. It's just
yes.
right, but it's basically like you're dead.
A polar bear will take you out. Yes.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah, yeah.
once they get a scent of you, man, that's it. You're done. The
I
food.
grew up further north and west of where Rez is on a different reservation.
Oh, if
And
it's white, good night. That's it. Good night.
yeah, it's white good night. But I would be walking around out in the woods and I would be fine all by myself as a kid. And every once in a while, I would go out in the woods, same trails, whatever, and I would get a very strong sense of you need to go home now because you're not safe here.
Mm.
And with that, I always felt like that was Bigfoot sending me mind speak. Like
So,
there's a dangerous animal in the area, you need to go home.
so yeah. So that being said, uh, that I guess I mean I don't have you know my history doesn't go back like that with my culture, but I would assume that Bigfoot would be both. It would be like something tangible, physical, but also something supernatural.
I
Uh,
agree.
in
When you're
order
the,
in order for that to exist, I feel like it has to be because it has to exist outside of what people would consider proof, but yet it still exists. So
Yeah,
it's just like you know because people will point and say, "Oh, well, the numbers aren't there." So obviously, like a biological herd of these things isn't out there. They probably live super long lives, you know. And there's probably other things. I don't know what size groups do y'all think they live in? Do you think they live in like small family groups, or do they live in like
that's
packs of 12, or are they
I'm
like
thinking their family.
I am
Their
too.
families,
like
but
a
yeah, You get through
matriarchal or patriarchal. Like
yeah.
they be either one
You,
of the two. Like that's interesting stuff to think about. But
and then when you get a certain age, like you do, like with our children, they kind of go off on their own to find their mate.
right.
You know, and whether they bring the mate back or they start their own little family tribe there, it's
I'm muting my
stuff like that.
face mute.
Dispute.
Okay. My experience has been completely spiritual with Bigfoot. I've not seen a physical one in person, but I have had communication with them. I've channeled them. I'm a trance channeler, and they have channeled through me. And it doesn't seem to me, at least with the ones that I've had contact with, that they are matriarchal or patriarchal. It feels more like a cohesive unit that doesn't have one in charge over the other.
But that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Like that would probably that's more of a biological like pat herd of things living in the woods, right? Animals or like a was it a troop of chimps, right? Like they have a hierarchy, they have a structure in their little they have in their social groups and stuff. That's how kind of like a biological Bigfoot, I would imagine. That's how that would kind of
probably.
seem something of that nature anyway. Not like that,
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
yeah,
There's there's usually like a structure, a hierarchical structure of some sort, and But anyway, um, yeah, but I think if for Bigfoot to exist, he has to be I say he is like one dude,
yeah. I think we've
Big
all
feet,
gotten used
big
to that
foot.
one
language.
hairy dude living out in the
Yeah,
woods, and that's Bigfoot, man.
and
Uh,
he's everywhere whenever he wants to.
Have y'all ever seen Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny?
No, I
No.
haven't seen that one yet.
Oh my God, there's a hilarious Bigfoot scene there where he like takes Jack Black gets lost in the woods and he's starving, so he eats some mushrooms that he finds, and
Oh boy.
he starts tripping, and like Bigfoot comes along and like they fly away to the sun. It's crazy, man. He has this whole trippy psychedelic Bigfoot experience. He's like, I'm your son. He's turns into like baby Bigfoot. It's ridiculous. It's a great movie.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Dude,
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny is like one of the best movies.
Uh,
But anyway,
Cool.
uh, as a, I just thought of that. I don't know why. Um, Harry and the Hendersons was a good movie.
yep, that was a classic. Loved it.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't John Lithgow in that? John Lithgow.
I hate to say it, but don't waste your time with the movie "The Man Who Killed Hitler" and Bigfoot. I love Sam Elliott, but that just was no good.
Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott was good in Roadhouse, man.
Yep. I even like him back in the day with
See,
Cher in the movie The Mask
Yeah.
nah.
when he played the biker.
How about Roadhouse?
Yeah, he was a badass in Roadhouse.
That's like his only good movie. He was in the Big Lebowski, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the stranger in the Big Lebowski.
yeah.
So
I
I don't
also
know.
I also did like him on the show The Ranch. I liked his
Yeah,
character.
I reckon.
I can't handle being that grumpy old man.
He's like, man, he's like, okay. He's always just like seems like a dude that I'd worked with in the cotton mill in high school when I worked in the cotton mill in high school. Just like he'd been there with his wife beater on, just kind of hunched. He's kind of hunched over, looking. You know what I mean? He's real skinny. I don't know. He seems like somebody I know. It's weird. Somebody I
That's
knew
funny.
but I did. I worked in a cotton mill when I was in high school.
Yeah,
So
no, thank you.
yeah, that's what you did in South Carolina, man. That's
I
what
worked for Taco Bell in high school.
happened.
Yeah, I lived in
Or
a
for McDonald's.
I
Yeah,
lived
I
in a
did that
resort
too.
area. I cleaned hotel rooms and cabins.
I
There
worked at
was
McDonald's at first, and then I was like then they paid me more to work in the cotton mill, so I go to school till lunchtime, and my junior and senior year, I had the second half of the day off, so I would that so I worked at McDonald's for like a year. I worked at Subway for like 6 months. Worked at McDonald's for a year, and then I started working in the cotton mill, and I was working from like what 2 p.m. to 11 every night, and then I go to school. I was making money. I didn't care, bro.
Right.
I loved it, and I still graduated and everything. But there's no cotton mills anymore. It's all gone.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a short time I also did door-to-door sales for American teens. It was supposedly a youth group to get teens off of drugs and away from gangs and all that.
Yeah.
Here to find out it was just a big racket. I didn't know it.
Oh
They paid
shit.
us to go sell candy and shit, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maps and books, door to door.
Mm, damn.
Yep.
Wow.
And woke up, realized it was a scam when I was sitting in a police station underneath the name of Art Fielder. So that's the badge they gave me to use that day.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So we're kind of running out of time here. Do people have a way to get a hold of you if they want to order like a ghost box or talk to you
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, we have a website, it's supernaturalinc.com.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Supernaturalinc.paranormal.com.
Okay.
And you can visit us at Facebook, Supernatural Inc. Paranormal, YouTube, Supernatural Inc. Paranormal Network, and then Supernatural Inc. Paranormal Technology is our other page. And all of our streamers are on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. And we multi-stream to both. So whatever
Okay.
you're into, but only if it's Facebook and YouTube. So
All right, that works.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
we have a
Yes.
plug to put in here.
Go
Caps,
ahead. You
go
want to
ahead.
take it away? All
No,
right.
I'll let you have it this time.
All right. Let me make sure I get my dates right. May 9th, 10th, and 11th, CapCon in Appleton at the Doubletree. Friday night, we'll be doing a Bigfoot hike up in the O'Connell County area. Saturday will be the actual convention with plenty of vendors and speakers. And Sunday night will be a paranormal investigation at Bean Snappers, otherwise the old Gainers Tavern. So if you want to get tickets, I suggest go online now, get them now while you can, because once we hit max capacity, we will not be able to let anybody else in. And I hate to have you drive all the way down, expecting to get in and us having to turn you away at the door. And yes, I will turn you away at the door. I'm working the door. And the guy that's working with me is as big as I am. So there's nobody sneaking in. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and he's big, so but it's also streaming online. You can
Yes,
buy
that's
an
another
online
option.
ticket. Yeah. So if you can't make it in person, you can stream online for CapCon. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. This has been a fun conversation, and we'll see you again next time. Mhm.